Hello everyone, this is the Medicine Lady, and I'm going to talk in this video about some different techniques that you can use on an energetic level, as well as things like saging, using a smudge stick or the Palo Santo holy stick to create clearing in your home, as well as around your highly sensitive child. So again, this video series is related to parenting or being the caregiver of a highly sensitive child. And the techniques I'm going to talk about in this video are very practical. They're more kind of specific tools that you can use as a caregiver or a parent of a highly sensitive child, as opposed to more of a theoretical or philosophical approach, which is what I've talked about in some of the other videos. So the first thing I want to talk about is what you can do for your child, and that is to connect with a spiritual entity, a guide. It could be just a spiritual energy like the light. If you're a Christian, it could be, the Christ consciousness, Jesus. If, you are a different person who doesn't associate with, God or spirit energy, you can literally just connect with energy that is, a beautiful color that you relate to. But essentially your prayer and your intention is really what matters. So what you're going to do is you're going to imagine an energetic shape around your child, and you're going to ask that energy or that light to protect your child. Personally, I work a lot with Archangel Metatron because I'll actually refer to him as a he in this video, and I often change it up when I talk about Archangel Metatron as he is actually a gender neutral spiritual energy, and so I will use other pronouns in the future to talk about him, but for today I'm going to use the he pronoun. Archangel Metatron is a archangel who has a special affinity to working with highly sensitive children. It's said that his colors are green and purple. I personally see purple when I work with him, and a lot of times I will call on his energy as well as the energy of Archangel Michael. And I find that together they do a really great job of putting an energetic protection around someone or something. Archangel Michael's energy is very fiery, and he's considered like the great protector. So his energy is like extremely protective, even on the physical plane. So when you're talking about like physical safety. So a lot of times I like to put like a energetic protection that is calling on both of them. So it has really that energetic quality as well as that physical safety quality. And, this is something you can do every week. You could do it every month. You could do it every morning. You can do it when your child goes to bed. But, you can imagine a shape like the Star of David. So you have the upside down pyramid, as well as the upward facing pyramid, which is a very mystical spiritual symbol. You can use an oval. You can use really whatever you connect to, right? Because healing your child is something that you have a real natural, innate, inborn ability to do, because you have that really heart-based energy towards your child that you can really draw on to learn how to use energy medicine to help him or her. So, you use your mind, you use your heart, you imagine a shape that you resonate with, you imagine a certain color or quality of energy, and then you just make the prayer, and you just ask that a protection be put around the child for the purpose of the child being sort of sheltered from the harsh impacts of his or her environment, right? And also to create that boundary, that energetic boundary, so that the child is not always taking on whatever is in his or her environment. So whether that's, just chaotic, stressful energy, whether that's trauma energy, just really depending on where you are and what you're doing, right? But you're using your mind and your heart to really create that intention and that prayer. And that's going to really help your child. And then the second thing is, depending on their age, around the age of about 6 years old or so, just really depending on the child, because, these children, they're often very wise beyond their years, which is something, of course, that we really have to be careful about, because we don't want to expose them to information that is, actually very difficult for them to process at their age. And at the same time, we need to make sure that they do understand their gifts and that they know how to protect themselves. So I think that the energy field, it's very it's a beautiful phenomenon. There's nothing, dangerous about it or scary about it that these children shouldn't know about. And so I think it's good to introduce them to the concept of the human energy field, right? The aura, the energetic fields, which starts with the spiritual field, right? And then goes to the mental, the emotional, and the physical energy fields, right? And so anytime there is like a disease in the body, it's something that will have started on the outer levels of the energy fields, right? And so, you can Google that and you can look at it with your child. Look at the human energy field, the electromagnetic field. There are people who have taken pictures of it. There are people who have visions of it and who have painted it. Of course, there's artwork from thousands of years ago. One modern artist that a lot of people really like to use to understand the human energy field is the work of Alex Gray. You can see his artwork all over the internet. He has incredible books and murals and paintings featured, all over the world, but you can also Google it and find it. So I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to talk to your child, explain to them what is the energy field, and then begin to help them understand the concept of protecting their own energy field, right? So one of the things that I like to do is teach something that's called six-dimensional breathing, which I learned from one of my mentors, whose name is Rosa Nicolosi, and she does long-distance healing sessions. And she taught me this technique called six-dimensional breathing, which you can teach your child or any highly sensitive person that you know, where close your eyes and you imagine that you are breathing out in front of you 6 feet. So in essence, you are extending your energy field, right? So you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you imagine your energy field extending out 6 feet in front of you. And then you're going to do the same thing in every direction. So now we're going to go behind me. We're going to breathe in and imagine my energy field extending out 6 feet behind me. I'm going to go down to my feet. I'm going to imagine myself breathing in. And as I exhale, I'm going to extend the energy field coming out from the bottom of my feet to 6 feet below me. I'm going to come up to my head, above my crown chakra, and I'm going to imagine my energy field extending 6 feet above me. We're going to do the same thing to the right and the left. And so when you're done, that you can then help your child to imagine that there's like this, oval shape of light, of energy that is protecting his or her aura. And that's something that you can do every morning before school. You can do it as needed. But it's a very simple technique that over time your child can learn to do on his or her own as they start to learn how to really tune into if they've taken something on, if they're feeling like their energy field is wide open. This is something that they can really do, which is really empowering for them. So the third thing I want to talk about is using smudging, which is a Native American tradition. And different cultures around the world use it in different ways, although all very similar. I like to use a smudge stick, which you can get at any health food store. Please try to find one that is sustainably harvested, or you can use the holy stick, which is called Palo Santo. And just recently, I've noticed you can find that in the health food store as well. I've seen it at Whole Foods a couple times, as well as a couple other health food stores. So Palo Santo, Palo space Santo. So Palo means stick, and Santo means holy, or saintly. So what I recommend that you do is teach your child about smudging. So teach your child about the concept of using a plant, an herb, to just clear, right? So the concept is that you're clearing anything that is no longer serving your home, your room, your environment, your child. And so you take the smudge stick or the Palo Santo holy stick and you light it, and once it starts smoking, you can clear the field. If you want to use a feather to kind of brush the smoke into and then away from out of the field, you can. And maybe sometime I'll demonstrate how to do that on here. But in the meantime, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're just essentially making a prayer, asking the smudge stick, the holy stick, to release anything from the aura that is no longer serving the individual, right? So you're clearing lower energies such as grief, trauma energy, chaos energy, whatever it may be that could be disturbing your child. You just want to clear that, right? And give it to the light and ask the, Mother Earth, Father Sky, the light to absorb that trauma energy, all right? And so then once you've done that, you want to replace that energy with something. So you want to get some sandalwood or some rose incense or some jasmine, something really calming and peaceful, love energy. And then you want to say a prayer around your child as you bring in the energy of the incense. So you might say, Holy Spirit or Great Mystery, or, however you identify any kind of spiritual energy or energy at all. We just ask that this child be surrounded with light, love, trust, faith, and that this child walk with ease, with grace, with health, and with love. Whatever energy you want to bring into your home or bring it into the life of your child. I think you'll find that highly sensitive children have an almost innate, inborn, natural inclination towards this kind of work. Once they start to tune into their thoughts and feelings about things, you may be surprised, or you may have noticed already, how tuned in they are. And it's a really pretty beautiful thing to witness. At least it has been for me. So please let me know about your experience. If you have any questions, please post them or contact me on my website, themedicinelady.com, where I have other videos and other information on this topic. So have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.